this time it's our family who's sick and causing like dysfunction within like the Bape Buffet podcast.
There's always somebody who's sick. It's like every other week there's some sort of problem.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It is what it is. We don't want to risk infecting anyone, so we're both a little bit congested, but we're still doing the show. We're not gonna let that stop us.
Yeah. We won't let a little baby throw up or sickness, coughing stop us.
You see, the problem is like we left the house.
It's true.
That's the real issue.
If we just never left the house, everything would be fine and never saw anyone.
Yeah. Like we were too ambitious. We were too, gung ho with getting sunshine and interacting with other human beings.
Yeah, like we were exactly. Yeah, we just valued our children's fun times too much and took them to an area with other kids. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's where we went wrong.
Yeah, big mistake. Yeah, but man, what do we got for today, babe?
So, I have gathered a few fan fictions.
Nice.
And because Forrest tasked me with like finding some fan fiction to read on this podcast today. So I think I have like 5 for you to choose from.
Oh wow.
They're
great.
They're ranging. They're ranging from pretty well written. Like I actually like was like reading when I was like, oh wow, like this girl, like I assume she's a girl. I don't assume any fan fiction is ever written by men. Am I wrong? I don't know.
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably mostly women.
Yeah, but I'm just this person who wrote this. I was like, we can read the one that I think is pretty well written. Well, there's actually 2 from the same author, and they're both like Bruce Wayne and Robin.
Wait, they're fucking?
Yeah. It's like a gay smut.
Gay?
It's gay smut.
Okay.
Let's
start with a straight one. We'll ease into the gayness. We'll start out slow.
Okay,
and ramp up.
But then there's like kind of a trash one, like a One Direction, because like this is just like the trope in like all like not all One Direction fan fiction, but like in like a lot of fan fiction. It's like, oh, you're like, it's like literally like human trafficking. I don't know if you got like, I feel like this is gonna be so weird to people who don't like know anything about this.
It's like a human trafficking kink.
Yeah, it's like your soul. It's like one day
you're bought and sold,
and you're a sex slave. It's kind of just like a joke now, like especially with like One Direction, because like it's like it was just such a thing like back in the day. But like, so I don't.
They're known for buying and selling human beings.
So
the band One Direction. So
it's like you wake up one morning and like it's like, oh, my parents sold me to One Direction. Like that makes total sense. And then so like I don't know if this is like a serious fan fiction that somebody like actually wrote like in earnest, or if it's like a joke. Like if it's kind of like supposed to be like,
oh, it's in earnest,
like a satire.
I don't think it's
you know what I mean.
I can tell you right now. Like you don't write One Direction fan fiction where you're being sold to them as a sex slave as like LOL. Like,
it's not good. Like that's why I think it might be like satire. Because like kind of like other things that go along with this trope was just like how it's like self-insert. So it's like, like it's like in like you did this or like you did that.
Sure, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And like you're interacting like with the people in it. So that's an option.
Wait, yeah, send me all of them so I can have it on my phone.
I sent them to you.
Okay. I'm gonna bring it up on the iPad actually. Wait, this is gotta get serious. I'm gonna narrate it.
And then another one I have is another it's a Harry Styles in particular fan fiction, and it's a straight fan fiction, but the reader, you,
Straight AF.
you are pegging Harry Styles.
What? I'm fucking him?
You told me to find like funny ones.
Yeah, I want funny
like,
ones.
I
yeah.
saw a few that were like that. I actually were like, this isn't like that funny. I mean,
Right.
it is. It's all kind of funny. Like if you read it out loud.
Let's just start
but
with the
it's,
first one he
awkward.
sent me. Let's just start with the. I consent to the terms.
Yeah, when you go. Oh, this is all an archive of our own.
Yeah.
Well, not all of it. The sold to One Direction one is Wattpad.
Okay, I agree to the terms. I consent. You guys, if you continue watching from this point, you also consent. Okay, to whatever smut you're about to hear. Just this is not a broadcast for anyone below the age of 18. This is strictly 18 plus. Just so you guys know. All right. So, skip to this time code that's gonna pop up on the screen now. Just kidding. There's gonna be no time code. It's gonna be all smut from here on out. So you might as well just turn off the video. This one is known as creator chose not to use archive warnings. It involves cross-dressing, hints of autofellatio, sex toys,
I didn't read the whole thing. I just like skimmed it.
flexible Dick Grayson, sounding, ew,
Ew.
daddy kink, Dom Bruce Wayne, sub Dick Grayson. Okay, so what, you're gonna play Dick Grayson, right?
Okay.
I'll play Batman.
All right.
Caught in the act. Man, this just gets crazier
Also,
and crazier.
a lot of fan fiction can be wildly offensive to some people.
Right.
So,
No, it's pure smut.
so warning. Like it's. Not
Oh, check this out. This is nice. Smut with a happy ending.
Oh, nice.
So it's you can rest assured it's gonna end well. Another tag is Bruce Wayne has a big dick. I mean, we all that goes without saying. I mean, you don't even have to put that. Consensual but not safe or sane. So there's no rape involved in this particular story, but it's also not particularly sane either. Whatever that means. I guess we should just get into it.
Right.
All right. How do you work this website? I've never. What do you do?
So you have to say like yes, continue.
Oh, okay.
It's like a big like warning.
Picture Perfect Smile by Raven Halloran.
I think in this one, Dick is like camming.
He's a camboy dick.
Camboy.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's get some of my. This is the coffee. This is the mug I drink from when I read smut. This is my smut drinking mug. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yeah. Okay, you ready, Ben?
I'm ready.
I don't know if you're ready. You ready for the smut that's about to unfold right now?
I'm so ready.
Okay. Look, it's not like Dick wanted to do this for a living. It's really not. But that didn't mean he didn't like it. Leaving Bruce and venturing out on his own was harder than he anticipated. It was mostly the loneliness that got to him, and he was unwilling to go to the Titans for help. He wanted to do this on his own.
Will the person who wrote this be upset that we're doing this?
Well, they put it on the internet, so
Okay.
I don't really think it's like fair for them to be upset if someone reads it for a video.
Should we like say the username?
I said it's by Raven Halloran.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, here we go. So you're gonna follow along, and you're gonna play Dick whenever there's dialogue of Dick. You have to follow along. He tried the police academy. He knew the force was corrupt and thought he could fight it from the inside, but he quickly realized that it was worse than that, and the rampant racism turned his stomach. Oh, geez. Plus, it turns out Ramoni were even more profiled. Oh, Romani, like his race.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because Dick is like, some sort of, he's like, yeah, has some sort of ethnic background. Is that how you say it? Romani?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm not too educated in that. So they were even more profiled than he expected, and they gave him a hard time, so he simply quit. He had enough on his plate establishing himself as Nightwing as it was. He tried getting other jobs too, but they were tricky, and with his vigilante schedule, he just needed more time. This is sick. So he's like trying to pick up some extra cash. He almost considered stripping. After all, he was conventionally attractive, and vigilante training routines meant he was in the best shape he could be. But ultimately, the hours were a problem too, and he was just too uncomfortable. Dick Grayson didn't do one-night stands. He didn't do casual, and he didn't like to be touched by strangers. But what if he didn't have to be touched at all? That's when Dick stumbled upon camming. Getting off online for people to watch and never touch? Not only could he do that, he could enjoy it. All right. It's starting to pick up here. Truth be told, Dick kind of liked being watched. It was the performer in him. So he tried. He started with just faceless pictures showing off his assets and small videos, but they got so much traction that he was encouraged to continue. And as he slowly got more comfortable, he also got bolder. Oh shit.
Damn.
Now, a year later, not only did he live comfortably enough and have enough time for Nightwing, he also had a whole room dedicated to his job. The first time Dick used a toy on himself for a video had been both terrifying and exhilarating. He'd loved it in the moment, but he felt so dirty and guilty afterwards, both because of the sex work and because of feelings for the person he was trying to get away from. But then the money rolled in and he felt a sense of vindication, and the praise from his viewers made it all so much easier to bear. Now Dick's expertise was fucking himself on unique fantasy dildos in acrobatic position. Gone was all his shame. He still wore a mask though, both because it was fun and because the former ward of billionaire Bruce Wayne needed plausible deniability. He also took requests. He'd like to say that he'd try everything once, and that led to some very interesting live streams and video requests for his viewers. He had some loyal fans too. Little Drummer 01 left small but consistent tips. Catgirly89 and Red Hot Shotasaurus sent in the wildest requests. Midnight Daddy said the most outrageous things but paid very well. And Grey G89 paid even more and only ever said anything in live streams, and it was always compliments. Subscribers were great, but it was nice to have a fan base. It meant a more consistent income flow. Still, this is like me and my streaming.
Hold on, I want to read something. You've been reading a lot.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah, I thought there'd be more like dialogue. But I guess it's just a lot of like... Yeah, narrative.
Still, Dick couldn't help but think of one particular person when he did his videos. The one person he hoped would be watching, but was also terrified to have him find the videos. It led to a little slip-ups during his videos and streams. Little moans of daddy because he taught himself not to say Bruce. Part of the reason Dick had left, part of the reason Bruce had fired him as Robin, was because Dick tried to make a move. He tried to confess his feelings. Now that he was an adult and Bruce had rejected him, Bruce had let him leave because he believed distance would cure Dick of his crush. Dick didn't think it was something as simple as a crush, but he'd left out of spite and refused to depend on Bruce's money ever since. Tonight was a special night. To mark 1 year since his debut, Dick had gone all out. He was wearing the cute but cheap set of Robin-themed lingerie, and he was all dolled up to play with some new toys. How long is this? I wonder how many words. Oh my god, it's 5,000 words. That's like a lot for a fan fiction.
All right,
it's okay. We're deep.
Yeah, let's just get into it. I'm ready for the action. Like, let's go.
Hold on. He'd been letting his hair grow out since he left the manor, and he styled it in soft curls. His eyes were rimmed in black liner and mascara that made his eyes stand out like jewels, blush on his shaven cheeks, and his lips were a shiny cherry red. A lot of people had been requesting cross-dressing for his videos, so he thought he'd give them a small taste. Maybe if he liked it, he'd put more effort into a full outfit next time. People had also been requesting hero roleplay. Apparently, there was a bigger niche for it than expected, so he went along with the Robin lingerie, R nipple pasties under a see-through strappy red bralette, shiny green panties with matching heels, and a tiny yellow cape. He also had some Batman-themed toys, but those were more for him than the audience.
Can't Bruce just give him some money, like support himself?
He's like Dick is like the one who's like he's like embarrassed.
He's been excommunicated.
He's like stubborn, like he doesn't want Bruce's money after like that embarrassing ordeal. I
see. This just seems he's like making a mockery of Batman's whole thing here with this whole show he's putting on. I don't think Bruce would approve of this. Yeah,
I don't think so.
Can you turn the brightness down on your phone a little bit? It's like blinding me. All right, there you go. A lot of people had been requesting cross-dressing for his videos, so he thought he'd give them a small taste.
I already read that.
Oh yeah. Batman-themed toys, yeah. He was going to use a very simple setup for his stream. One phone camera that he could move around at will if he needed to, and one stationary camera. There was an entry fee for the stream, and 5 minutes before it was supposed to start, there was already over 200 people that had paid to get in. Damn.
He's popular.
He's popular.
He's poppin'.
It's hard for a guy to get popular on these things, I think. So that's really impressive. He hadn't even started yet, and he already had his rent and then some. Dick put on the cheap black Robin mask that still showed off his made-up eyes and finally logged into the stream. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here for my 1-year stream. He waved coyly and smiled, getting on his knees for the camera. Due to popular demand, today we're going to see a little Robin getting down and dirty.
I'm supposed to be Robin, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Or do you want to be Robin and I'll be Bruce?
Where's Bruce? Is he in this story?
I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you read for Dick and I'll read for Bruce.
Okay. Where? Okay. Hi, everyone. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry. I have like a deep voice. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here for my 1-year stream.
Yeah, I like the deep voice. Yeah.
He waved coyly and smiled, getting on his knees for the camera. Due to popular demand, today we're going to see a little Robin getting down and dirty. How'd you like that?
I don't like that, actually. I'm actually good on that.
Immediately, the chat box flooded with comments, even some tips, and a lot of heart and eggplant emojis.
You look adorable, sweetheart. What should we call you, pretty girl?
You can call me Robin tonight. Dick replied to the comments with a wink. His usual username was FlyGuy01. And then the show started.
At first, all Dick did was show off his flexibility with stretches and some sexualized yoga moves. He found out very quickly that it was popular among his viewers. Face down and on his knees, he gave them the perfect view of his ass and shiny spandex before he rose and arched his back, running his hands over his torso before folding backwards with his knees spread and exposing his whole body and making the lingerie stretch over his tight muscles. There was a huge influx of
I'd like to note that Forrest added the word tight.
I'm adding a few things here and there just to like spice it up even more. I'm taking some artistic liberties with this story. There was a huge influx of new comments, and he chuckled, caressing his sexy thighs just to be a little tease.
Dick licked his lips, tracing his hardened length through the panties and spreading his legs wide for the camera.
Whoa. Is it getting hot in here? Oh, boy.
There was another thing Dick was pretty popular for, and he planned to use it that night to reward his fans.
Gosh, I'm so horny. Oh, yeah, wait, you're doing Dick. Hold on, sorry. I really want to do Dick.
Forrest is getting like... You can do Dick.
No, I like your voice even doing for him, though.
Gosh, I'm so horny. Dick lay back and pulled his legs over his head. Since I haven't had a big, bad bat to help me, I'll have to do all the work myself. As he played up the Robin fantasy, he kept lifting his legs until his feet were on either side of his head, putting him face to face with his own crotch, allowing him to lick and mouth at himself through the panties. It was at times like this that Dick was glad he kept his acrobat training all his life. Being flexible and hypermobile was very handy.
Hypermobile? I've never heard that.
Oh my god,
before.
babe. Oh my god, okay.
Yeah?
You gotta read this part.
Okay. Out of nowhere, there was a knock on his window, and Dick startled, unfolding himself and sitting up in a flash, covering what little he could with his hands. He considered ending the stream altogether, but before he could move, somebody was stepping through his window. This was the top floor of the building. Who could? Dick was about to stand and get ready to fight when it hit him who it was, and it made him freeze like a fawn.
What are you doing here? Oh, Dick could barely whisper, "What are you doing here?"
You thought you could hide this from me? Batman stepped into the light.
Oh shit,
A voice all growly and menacing, but unfortunately it had never scared Dick. In fact, it had always turned him on. Dick nervously swallowed the lump in his throat.
You're Batman.
Oh, is Batman? Okay. Is this really what you wanted? To show off for strangers on the internet? Batman moved closer, right into the sight of the camera.
You're the one that didn't want me. You don't get a say in what I do with my body. Dick snapped back, standing tall despite his skimpy outfit.
Do you like it that much when they watch? Bruce growled further and waved at the camera.
Dick bit his lip and glanced at the laptop, wordlessly trying to tell Bruce that he was live in the bat suit. Bruce followed his line of sight, spotted the screen, and the comments understood what was happening. Instead of shutting down the stream, Bruce's demeanor changed instantly. He stood a little straighter and took a calming breath before he stepped up to Dick.
Come on, Robin. Since you want to be a slut this badly, be a good little girl for daddy. Ew, 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 ew. Ew. Like no judgment or anything. Like, if this is hot to you, like, that's perfectly fine, but like, why does he call him a little girl?
Babe, it's a kink. It's a kink.
But like,
it must be. It's some gay kink.
Do gay people want their sub to be like a girl?
Some of them probably. You know.
I never really even. Okay. So I know he's in like the feminine role, but like he's still a boy. He's still a man, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, okay. All right, let's
Sexuality is very, like...
It's a spectrum.
Nuanced.
His growl was both truly angry and also teasing. He was falling into a role, much like he did with his Bruce persona. Dick's jaw dropped. He couldn't believe this was happening. He was aware that Bruce was playing along just to make it seem like it was role play for the camera, but he was too stunned to react. Well, Bruce insisted, voice a little less growled now. Dick swallowed, and in one fluid motion, he was on his knees in front of Batman.
I'm sorry. He apologized for putting Bruce in this position, but the camera would think it was just part of the slut-shaming dialogue.
I don't want your words. Batman grabbed Dick by the neck, forcing him to look at him. Show me how sorry you are.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Dick's first instinct was to kiss along Bruce's gauntlet until the man let go of his neck, giving him a chance to kiss all the way to Batman's fingertips, where he started sucking shyly on 2 fingers.
How do you suck shyly? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't even want to do it.
Bruce shoved those fingers deeper into Dick's mouth, fucking in leisure.
Okay, like this.
Babe, this is like where it's starting to heat up, babe. Like, okay. Come on, take it seriously.
Yeah, take it seriously. Come on. Let's get real here. Come on, let's take it serious.
This is like the peak sexiness.
This is it?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Bruce shoved those fingers deeper into Dick's mouth, fucking in leisurely while Dick sucked and licked between the gloved digits. God.
Oh, he's still gloved.
It was just Bruce's fingers, and Dick was already so hard it hurt. It was
Damn.
fucked up. The whole situation was fucked up. But Bruce wasn't leaving. He was playing along. And Dick might hate himself for it later. But he was also full of spite. And if this was the only chance with Bruce, then he was going to take it. Dick continued to suck Bruce's fingers, but his hands moved to Batman's legs, slowly inching up his thick thighs to his crotch that he rubbed despite the cup frustrating him. Batman said nothing, but he pulled his fingers out of Dick's mouth and tangled his hand in Dick's curls.
I'm waiting, princess.
Dick blushed at the nickname and reached for the utility belt, slowly unlatching and pulling it off.
No.
Bruce didn't react. He just waited, so Dick slowly tugged the lower part of the bat suit down, carefully discarding the cup.
Wait, hold on, where are we? Suddenly, Dick...
Oh, like, maybe.
Oh. Maybe if they were lucky, they could get away with just a little blowjob before ending the stream. Batman didn't react at all, not even when Dick started rubbing him through his underwear. He was shocked to find that Bruce was more than half-mast already. There were little pings and flashes from the laptop from all the comments pouring in. Dick caught a few from the corner of his eye, things like, "Holy shit, that's some good cosplay." And, "Yeah, baby, come on, suck that bat cock." Suddenly, Dick was yanked by his hair, his face pressed to Bruce's crotch. "Focus, Robin." Dick shriveled at the rough order. Couldn't help himself and tugged down Batman's underwear just enough for his thick cock to bob free.
Dick had seen Bruce naked many times, but never like this.
Of course he has.
So up close and personal, so aroused, and damn, Bruce was impressive. His cock was thick and cut and long with a slight curve, long enough to give Dick a run for his money. Turns out Bruce was proportional to his big body in every way.
Wow.
This was getting too serious.
Owen Wilson's in the corner jacking off. Wow.
You know how many people have jacked off to this fan fiction? It's really, really well written.
Is it a popular one?
I don't know, but it's like, this is like a really like well written
This is
fan fiction.
This one?
In comparison to other fan fiction,
it's okay.
This is like amazing.
Okay.
Like I'm telling, the bar is on the floor for fan fiction, babe. Like this is really
it's
good.
Coherent. I'll give it that. Yeah, I like the, you know, how it's like everyone else is watching, you know? Like that's kind of hot. You know, if you're into gay shit, if you're into like Batman and Robin like fucking each other, like I mean you're really getting a lot of bang for your buck on this show.
This was getting too serious, but Bruce was encouraging him, and Dick didn't have time to hesitate, so he decided to let his hands explore, gripping Batman's shaft with curious touches. It started shy, but Bruce's hands tightened in his hair, so he was encouraged to go further, exploring more playfully like he usually did to himself for the camera, before he stuck his tongue out and gave the dark, bulbous tip an experimental lick, all the while staring right up at Batman.
Bruce didn't seem the least bit upset. It was hard to read him with the cowl on, but Dick knew his Batman well enough to recognize something in him. He was staring intently at his lips. They were ever so slightly parted, like he was shocked or amazed, or aroused. Dick was emboldened, so he started suckling on the cock right in front of him, licking the underside teasingly until it was fully rock hard and so thick Dick couldn't fully wrap his hand around it. Oh my God. Oh my, what?
Couldn't fully wrap his hand around it.
Like, it's like this big, you guys. Like, that is a thick sausage. That is a thick fucking shaft. And
Batman's fingers flexed in his hair ever so slightly, and Dick took it as a sign to keep going. There There were more pings from the laptop, but Dick ignored them this time to focus on the velvety texture and musky scent of the man in front of him. He wrapped one hand around the base of Batman's cock and started sucking more enthusiastically, taking as much of it as he could into his mouth over and over again. This was a wet dream come true.
Bruce grunted and pulled Dick closer, shoving him harder onto his impressive cock. And Dick couldn't help but smirk internally at the fact that he was making the Dark Knight unravel. Just to be a little show pony, Dick got noisy as he sped up his sucking, letting himself drool and choke just enough to have all the attention on him. "Messy little thing," Batman rumbled, his voice lower but affectionate and filled with lust as he started fucking Dick's mouth hard and fast. Dick just let himself be used, his eyes watering and his mascara running as he stared up and let Bruce truly wreck him, holding his hair in a vice grip as he slammed as deep as possible into Dick's throat, making the most outrageous, sloppy, wet noises.
Batman was breathing hard. And then he snapped his hips forward and finally climaxed with a harsh grunt. His cock so deep that Dick could feel it throb in his throat, but couldn't even taste him until he pulled back enough to stick his tongue out and show the bitter cum mixed with drool and dripping from his tongue and down his chin. It was filthy, but it would make a hell of a shot for the camera. As if on cue, the laptop started pinging something fierce with the distinct chime of tips rolling in and the flash of dozens of emojis.
So many emojis.
Dick smirked and swallowed the load in his mouth very purposefully, mascara running and leaving dark streaks and smudges. Thank you, Batman, Dick said coyly, voice rough and raspy.
Batman shoved his fingers back into Dick's mouth. "That's not what you want to call me right now, princess."
Yes. It's like, yes. Yes, daddy. Dick slurred, sucking and licking like it was all a game. Maybe it was.
When Bruce finally let go of him, with an obviously shaky hand, Dick was trembling with how horny he felt. He should have been horrified, but just knowing that he'd sucked off Batman, that hundreds of people watched him suck off Batman, was a drug like no other. His own cock was so hard it hurt, and a patch of wetness was already seeping through the green panties. "You really are a filthy little slut," Batman growled, rubbing a booted foot along Dick's crotch. "What got you so hard, me or being watched?"
Dick shivered and whined a little. Even the deprecating words were a turn on. He liked being Bruce's little whore. Both, he whimpered at the pressure against his sensitive bulge.
Batman huffed and shoved Dick back, fixing up his suit before he bent down and picked up the toys Dick had prepared for that night, staring at them critically. "Was this what you were going to use?" He held the thick black-themed bat dildo up, the bat-shaped bullet and the thin black silicone rod with little bumps along it.
Like, it's like just starting to like heat up. Like I
that
thought
was just
like
the first
that
cum.
was like
Yeah.
the peak. Like, no. Yes. Dick stuttered nervously.
"Yes, what?"
"Yes, daddy."
Batman hummed approvingly and grabbed Dick by his hair again. Shoving him face first into the ground, his ass up and perked towards the camera. "Well, if you want them so much, let's see how you take them."
Without hesitation, Bruce pushed the green panties aside and shoved 2 fingers into Dick's hole, finding it already loose and lubed up.
Wow.
After all, Dick always prepared himself before his streams. Nonetheless, the sudden stretch was a surprise, and Dick gasped, wiggling in place.
Batman spanked him with his other hand, hard enough to sting with the rough texture of the gloves. Dick was so surprised that he cried out loudly, "Stay still!" Dick tried to obey, he really did, but as Bruce slowly shoved his huge bat dildo into him, Dick couldn't stop himself from squirming and whining as his hole spread obscenely. I said stay. Batman spanked him again, harder this time. Still!
Ah! Dick let out a cry, but he tried to stop moving, only for Batman to start thrusting the dildo leisurely.
Nice. This seems like it's going well for them. It seems like they're having a good time.
Yeah.
Like they're both really... should we do another story?
Sure.
I mean, we're like...
Yeah, we're like... This is really long.
This is getting... Yeah.
It's really, really long.
I mean, any more of this, I'm going to bust.
Okay,
like,
well...
We gotta cool it down a little bit.
So,
you guys can finish that one yourself.
The other story from the same author... It's also a Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne.
No, let's do a different author.
Okay. We could do like the Sold to One Direction. We could do Reader Pegs Harry Styles. Those are the ones that I've like prepared. Like, or we can just browse AO3.
I mean, I would like to peg Harry Styles, but I think we should maybe do another Batman one.
Okay.
I feel I'm liking. Well, let's do Batman and a Batgirl one. Let's do a straight one.
Okay, a straight one. Yeah.
Yeah. Just type in like, I would like to read like a really bad one.
Okay.
Type in Batman and Batgirl, but then sort by lowest rated.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay. I want the shittiest, most like, just like poorly written.
Here's the description of this one. It's like just an excerpt.
Okay. Lay it on me.
It says, he was leaving panels of armor and long stretches of heavy black material behind him, moving closer to the largest screen like he was metal filings being pulled by a magnet.
Ooh.
He only glanced over and saw her expression once he was fully naked and aware of her observation, how she was staring at his body, eyes wide and mouth open. He looked surprised, or the closest thing to it that Barbara had ever seen, but he didn't cover up or even attempt to turn away. Instead, he gestured with a casual hand at his powerful body, a spattering of scars, old and new, lightly furred and broad chest, strong thighs, and between his legs. Barbara blushed, but she couldn't look away. Bruce said, "We don't stand on ceremony around here. You'll have to excuse my lack of consideration. I'm not used to many girls or women in the cave. Young women. I'll try to be more careful. Don't let it bother you." "Right," she said in a whisper. Her armor felt tight and constricting, like it was shrinking or she was expanding.
Do you think I'm in the mood for one where she's Oracle and she's in the wheelchair?
All right.
I want some wheelchair porn.
All right.
See if you can find one of those.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. Whatever one you want to read. Just choose one and send it to me, and then we'll get it going. Whichever one you think is best.
But you said, did you say you wanted like a bad one, or what did you say?
I don't know. Just whichever one you think is best. I'll let you. Dealer's choice. That last one was just so gay. I want to reorient myself here.
Okay. This one's called Restraint. It says, Bruce deals with his restraints. Thinking of Batgirl after Patrol is at the top of that list.
Okay. Yeah, send that one to me.
Oh, I think it might just be him. It says male masturbation. It might just be him, like, masturbating.
That's lame.
And, like, thinking about Barbara.
What? That's not a good story. Where's the fun in that? Like, the thing is, like, people get really pissed off when, like, you know, comics or, like, shows or whatever, like, pair Batman and Batgirl together. Mm-hmm. And it's like, are you guys, like, are you good? Are you guys, do you guys, like, have, like, sexual... I don't know. I just like that would happen. Like if Batman and Batgirl were like real, of course they would fuck. It just seems like the most natural thing to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, of course. Who wouldn't want to fuck Batman?
This is costume party. Barbara Gordon dresses up as a very different redhead for the annual Halloween ball.
Okay.
And it says Barbara Gordon and Bruce Wayne and Batman and Poison Ivy.
Oh, yeah, let's do that one.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay, send that one over to me.
All right.
You play Poison Ivy and Batgirl.
Okay.
I'll play Bruce and the male characters. All right, this one better be good. Oh, nice. The username is Dr. Chase Meridian. That's a little Schumacher callback. All right. Bruce hated Halloween parties. He sometimes dressed up as his favorite hockey player. Even though he didn't watch hockey, it fit what the public expected of him. Tonight, he wore a tuxedo and had a cheap vampire cape around his shoulders. The Scarecrow was rumored to be one of the guests of honor. Having Batman and Batgirl on the dance floor of the Gotham Ritz wasn't the worst of ideas. Barbara hated large social functions, and he wasn't sure why she was taking so long in the hotel room. "We have 15 minutes until they seat us," Bruce said.
You always have Alfred bring you soup so you don't have to eat catered food, Barbara said.
"Do you ask him these questions, or does he just reveal this freely?" Bruce said.
The question should be, "Are you ready?" Barbara said.
The door unlocked. Barbara wasn't at the door. Bruce assumed it was an invitation. His jaw dropped when he caught her in the corner of his eye. Barbara was in a thin green, shiny latex corset. They pushed her normal B cups upwards significantly. They looked more like firm, D-sized breasts. She applied the last part of her dark green lipstick. "You should say something, Bruce."
That's me.
Oh, sorry.
"You should say something, Bruce, or your date might leave you for a more impressive man."
Oh, wow. Okay. He continued to look at his poison ivy costume. His poison ivy costume?
Might have been a typo. A wide grin across his face. She had neon green stockings, reminding him a bit of the waitresses at the Iceberg Lounge that Barbara often got jealous over. "Friends of your father will be here tonight, Barbara," Bruce said. "Think I don't know how they look at me in a turtleneck and a skirt?" Barbara asked.
"This can't be your only option. Put something else on," Bruce
said.
So
this is already like just significantly less well written than the other one. Just saying.
There's a couple typos. Yeah.
And like the dialogue is like strangely.
When are they gonna fuck?
Written.
Dude?
You know, we can honestly just scroll down to the fucking.
Yeah. Let's get to the
Let's
business,
get to the good stuff.
The good stuff.
Oh, okay. Wait.
This is like a short one. We're like almost done.
Oh yeah.
What?
Wait. Bruce wrapped his arms around Barbara, taking in the view of her in Poison Ivy's costume. The red hair made it work even better than he imagined. She squealed a bit. The confidence she got from the minibar before letting him in also caused her to laugh at the moment. See, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just retarded, but this is just like the flow of the sentences was just not working as well. Whatever. Bruce kissed the small of her collarbone, slowly nibbling it.
You're right. The gay one was hotter.
If you think the police officers downstairs are going to stare at me in this outfit, then they'll have a heyday when they realize Bruce Wayne gave me a hickey on my tits and neck, Barbara said.
No, I want one. I want one with more like. I want them like in the costumes.
All right.
I want them on the rooftops of Gotham.
All right.
I don't want them just like Bruce and Barbara like in a room like. No, like I want there to be like more conflict in the fuck. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. I don't want it to just be like they're dating and it's just like a normal fuck for them. I want there to be some sort of like tension. You know what I'm saying? Something juicy.
Right. Oh no. I'm scrolling.
Okay. Barbara felt waves approach her and with all her willpower, she sat him on the edge of the bed. She was about to reverse cowgirl him, and then she realized how great her tits were tonight, and began to ride him face to face. How great her tits were tonight. She realized how great her tits were tonight? Did they change size? She only needed to rub his fully hard shaft against her clit a few times before she let the tip of his mighty erection into her open slit. She kissed him, not like Barbara, not like Batgirl, but like poison ivy. What does that even mean? And he plunged it right inside of her. Fuck, Barbara. You're so tight for my cock. Feel how hard you've been fucking me? Feel how hard you've fucking made me? Bruce said, grinning as he entered his cave. Ew. Who's the tightest? Barbara asked. You are, Bruce said.
Oh my god.
That's why you made me your bat slut? Barbara asked. Yes, Bruce said. They increased their pace. Truth be told, he loved her body as it was. Even before their first time, he'd spent hours in the back cave masturbating to her as Batgirl and Barbara. But her tits looking this big was so hot and unexpected in this moment. That's it, Bruce. Fuck me just like that. Your cock is gonna make me do it. It's gonna make me come, Barbara said. Her words were fueled by her need to come, and nothing made her come more than the feeling of both of them getting off at the same time. You're about to feel me come. Is that what you need from me? Bruce asked. She nodded as she came, multiple times. The distinct sound of her vagina getting so wet that it made a suction noise filling the room. Her hot, tight canal clenched around his manhood. Bruce had no choice but to groan as he filled his younger lover with warm cum. He gave her a dumbfounded kiss, and she returned it heavily, hugging herself against his large chest. Remind me to save you from becoming a supervillain. Bruce exhaled. Crap. Wait, what? Crap, that reminds me. I need to take my birth control today.
Oh my god.
Crap, that reminds me. I need to take my birth control today. You know, you always say that after you look at my semen leaking from you. Okay.
I just found one that seems okay.
Okay.
I don't think they're on like a rooftop. I know what you mean. I'm trying to find that.
Yeah, I want it real dirty. Okay. This one is porn without plot, rough sex, consensual, unsafe sex. Okay, all right, here we go. Barbara Pants. All right, you ready to start it?
Yeah, hold on one second. I was still scrolling for other ones.
I'm just going to start it.
All right, there you go.
Barbara Pants. Fuck. Bruce is still mouthing at her neck, dragging his teeth over her skin. He's holding her against the wall, his fingers digging into her ass. He gives a quick squeeze at the same time he sucks on a spot of her neck, and Barbara almost cries.
Oh God, Bruce. God, oh God, fuck, just.
He hums into her neck, and somehow the vibration she feels goes right down to between her legs. Without even thinking about it, she pulls Bruce closer, his thigh now between her legs. She's practically humping him. Barbara. Babs didn't realize her movement, but her leg pressed right up against his cock. Bruce breathes into her neck, heavy. She can feel her heart hammering into her chest. You want to take over?
With one hand running through his hair, Babs sends the other south. She starts rubbing his dick through his pants, and Bruce just jolts.
Ugh. Wait.
Fuck, Barbara.
Wait, where are we? Shit.
Oh.
Let's see. Where's the jolting part?
Why aren't you following along?
I got too into the story.
Right there.
I don't think we're reading the same story.
Right there.
Oh, okay. Fuck, Barbara.
And he grabs her ass so hard, Barbara knows there's going to be plenty of bruises later. Bruises She's used to that. Bruises from sex? No, not really. And she never thought she's the kind of girl who'd like that. But when it's coming from Bruce Wayne, when it's Bruce Wayne squeezing her ass and getting hard, that makes it something she loves.
Nice. Bruce's hands leave her ass and Barbara is about to whine before she realizes he's undoing his belt. Babs eagerly helps him, and before she knows it, his cock is in her hands. Oh, God. Just looking at it makes Barbara go weak in the knees. It's hard, and it's huge. She always suspected the bulge when he's in the bat suit may not be entirely due to armor, and god damn it, she was right. Barbara leans in and kisses Bruce, and he reciprocates. Their kiss is messy and hasty, and before long his dick is pressed up against her. She shifts. Bruce lifts her a little, and then he enters her. Here. You read that one.
Barbara throws her head back against the wall. She did expect pain, especially given his massive size, but it still shocks her for a second. Bruce must have seen the look on her face because he stops moving and...
Barbara, do you want me to stop? If this is hurting you, I'll stop. Just tell me.
No. Just fuck, Bruce. Please, just go on.
Barbara! Holding onto his hip, Barbara guides herself down onto his cock. She buries her face into the crook of his neck. She never really understood what people meant when they said the best pleasure comes with pain. Now she feels like she could write a book about it. Tell me when I can move, okay? Bruce whispers in her ear, his voice low. Once she's adjusted, Bab tells him to move. He slowly starts rolling his hip, angling his movement such that he can get as much of her as he possibly can. Nice.
Fuck, she whispers in his shoulder. Fuck. And then she's moaning. Bruce begins to move faster and his breathing gets heavier.
Keep doing that, he says through gritted teeth. Moan for me, Barbara. Moan. Come on. Fuck. Say my name. Ugh.
Barbara's always been a moaner, edging on screamer type of girl, so complying to Bruce's demands may be the easiest thing she's ever done. Bruce breathes faster as she gets louder. Bruce, she drags his name, refuses to let it part from her lips. He groans and starts fucking her into the wall. Barbara gasps and clutches his shoulders. Fuck, there's going to be bruises all over her body tomorrow.
Bruce fucks her hard, and every time his cock slams into her, Barbara moans. Holding her ass in his hands, he slowly pulls out and starts fucking her at an agonizingly slow speed.
Fuck you, Bruce. Fuck.
Barbara wanted him. Fuck. She needed him. She needed every inch of his thick, enormous cock, and she needed it fucking her brains out. Every fucking thing that was about this was fucking perfect. They were fucking perfect. Working together seamlessly 1 second, arguing the next, and then pressed against each other like horny teenagers in another second. They were what each other needed. Barbara gasps loudly. Bruce had shifted slightly, and now his cock was slamming into her at an angle that made her whole body shudder.
Oh God, Bruce, I need that. I need you. Fuck, Bruce, again.
Bruce wordlessly complies, and 4 thrusts later, Barbara cries out, her eyes squeezed shut and seeing white behind her lids. She sags against Bruce, and if he wasn't that strong, that huge, they both would have toppled.
Breathing heavily, Barbara opens her eyes. The look on Bruce's face almost makes her come again.
Wow.
His eyes are closed, his lips are parted, and his hair is a mess. You're so hot. Fuck, Bruce, you're so hot. Barbara babbles softly, pressing her lips to his neck. Bruce stiffens. Barbara isn't surprised. The neck was always a dangerous place with Bruce. He grips her hips so tight it starts to hurt.
Shh, she whispers. Oh, I thought that was Batman.
Shh, she whispers and presses another gentle kiss. Bruce growls and he's not shoving at her or telling her to stop. So Barbara continues, holding the other side of his face in her hand. Barbara slowly licks the spot. Bruce moans, not as loud as her, but lower and huskier, and that's enough to make Barbara's cunt burn.
She starts kissing more intensely, the hand she has in Bruce's hair tightening. When she begins to suck on his skin, though, that's when Bruce shoves her against the wall harder and fucks her faster. Fuck, Barbara, fuck! Keep doing that! Using the hand that's holding Bruce's face, Barbara turns it so that the expanse of his neck is exposed, and she sucks harder. I'm coming. Oh, that's Batman. I'm coming, he says, his voice dark. Barbara feels like she's on edge.
Please. Barbara moans as she feels Bruce's hot cum in her cunt, and she comes again.
Nice.
Bruce leans against her, finally letting go of her thighs and ass. Barbara's legs are shaking so much she can't even stand properly. And the only reason she doesn't fall is because Bruce has her bracketed against the wall with his huge arms. He pulls his head back and they stare at each other.
Bruce's eyes are dark, but they look like they are softening. Barbara suddenly feels exposed now that she's looking right at him. God damn it, Barbara. You're not some kind of blushing virgin. Still, something about the way Bruce looks at her makes her want to dip her head and hide somewhere. Well, she's been standing up to Bruce since day one, so why change things now? Barbara sends her right hand to his inner thigh, or to her inner thigh, where wetness is leaking. It's his cum. Bruce watches her intently as she brings her fingers back up. Wearing only a white blouse, with her skirt and panties on the floor, staring the man wearing a suit and tie right in the eyes, she brushes her lips with those fingers. Nice. All right, you take the rest.
Bruce stays unmoving, and anyone else would have thought he wasn't affected, but Barbara could see it flare in his eyes. It's something like his low, husky voice. It's a look that says, I want you. Barbara pushes against his torso slightly and starts walking towards him. Bruce walks backwards, not taking his eyes off her. She unbuttons her shirt and tosses it behind her. She stalks towards him, completely naked except for her bra. Bruce's ass hits the table in his study, and Barbara stops. Leaning forward, she runs a finger down the length of his tie, then twists it until it's wound around her hand. Barbara pulls the tie to her, and Bruce leans in. They're an inch apart. With his cum still glistening on her mouth, she licks her lips. Bruce comes undone and kisses her.
The end. Wow. Wow, that one really got right into the fucking. Like,
yeah.
They weren't joking. There was no
that was
build
like
up.
Shorter. I think that was like 1,000 words.
Well, I mean, I came multiple times. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I mean, I'm just completely saturated down there. Wow. I mean, it's not exactly Shakespeare, but
yeah, that was good.
It'll get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, bravo to who is that one? Guys, write in, submit your own smut for us to read on a future episode. It's from Sharper Objects. The best pleasure comes with pain. Yep, just total smut fest today. Just wanted to give you guys a little taste of some archive of our own stories. Yeah, what'd you think about those, babe?
Those were good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They get you going?
Yeah, they did.
Nice. Yeah, what was your favorite part?
Of which one?
Of just the whole experience.
I liked your like you playing Batman and the grunts and everything. that was funny.
Yeah, I think you'd make a good Batgirl if they're looking to cast one.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think they should consider you for the role.
Mhm.
That would, I mean, I'd pay. I'd be there opening night.
Oh.
I'd go see that movie.
You would?
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, babe.
So if any casting producer is watching this, yeah, sure, she's a wife and a mother who lives in Missouri, but she's down for she's here to take the role. If I'll lend her out.
Thanks, hon.
For a couple months. Just don't cancel this one. Because they shot a Batgirl movie, and I heard it was pretty steamy. I heard there were lots of sex scenes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
With Michael Keaton Batman. But they actually they ended up, it was so hot that they just canceled the whole film and shelved it.
Sad.
Yeah, that's the real reason it was canceled.
Too hot.
Too hot to handle. Too much it's funny how her name is Babs. People call her Babs.
Babs.
Like, have you ever met anyone named Babs?
No.
It just sounds like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like a fake made up name. Babs.
Babs.
Babs. All right. Hopefully next week we'll feel a little better. We won't be sick. And we can have our Dark Knight Rises discussion. It'd be cool.
Right.
Yeah. And don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch that.
Lovely.
Yeah.